Welcome back to Backroomconvos. I'm your host, Lesego M, Daddy Waddy Pod, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Listen, if you are a fan of pod, stay tuned because you might like what we're cooking. And on this week's episode, we had Xolani Mzileni, who is an interesting individual and is a part of the top 100 students that we have in South Africa, amongst other things. Tell us what you think of the episode and if we should invite him back to the show. And I'd like to apologize for the short episode to you and to Xolani. But as I mentioned before, tell us what you think of the episode and if we should invite him back to the show. Without any waste of time, let's head on to the episode. Cheers. Welcome back to Backroomconvo. I'm your host, Lesego M. On this week's episode, we bring you another exciting and on this week's episode, we have from his LinkedIn bio. This goes as follows. Xolani Mzileni is a passionate leader from South Africa with expertise in business management, social services, and leadership. He has a proven track record of success in driving organizational growth and championing initiatives that have an impact on people and communities, with a focus on creating innovative solutions to complex challenges. Xolani is committed to helping organizations reach their goals. He is an active member of South African business community and has mentored numerous young professionals. Xolani is looking forward to connecting with like-minded individuals and organizations to create a brighter future. How are you, Xolani?
I'm good. And how about you, sir?
I'm good. It's an honor to host you today on Backroomconvos with Lesego M. So I just want to find out from you, when you walk in rooms that are filled with people who don't know who Xolani is, how do you introduce yourself?
Firstly, that's always a very tricky question, However, just to sum it up, Xolani is Indona Segazi, born and raised in Kahlehong, Johannesburg in South Africa. And I grew up, just like everyone else, in challenging backgrounds and impoverished community, and however, I embarked on my studies in the University of Johannesburg, and I was blessed and honored to have the opportunity to also study abroad. And for now, I think that's what I can say, and hopefully a lot can be revealed as we go forward with this podcast.
So thank you, my brother. Thank you for that. And so congratulations, because I did see that you were a part of the 100 top students of South Africa. So take me through that. How was that?
Thank you so much, man, for that. So basically, I participated in a program called Red Star Awards, which is a program that recognizes top 100 students in South Africa based on leadership and employability. So this program it actually allows graduate students to apply and participate in a series of activities that includes tests, that includes group work. So initially, one needs to make it to the top 500 based on the assessments that would be issued, and I would say that is the first round. And then from there, the top 500 will also be given another set of assessments, and that's where companies will actually review that, and the top 100 is actually selected from that pool. So Red Star is being sponsored by a lot of great companies such as DHL, such as Absa, Epiroc, Accenture, just to mention the few. Yes, and that's how I made it to the top 100. And yes, I feel very blessed and humbled about that.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. So I understand because as I was doing research on you, a name popped up, Dr. Kahlehong Shifan, who is a senior lecturer at the University of Joburg. Tell me about your relationship with Dr. Kahlehong.
Oh, Dr. Kahlehong Shifan, she is amazing. I look up to that woman. Shout out to her. Where do I start to talk about her? She's a very talented and gifted, woman who is making changes and big moves back in South Africa. So I met her at the University of Johannesburg. She was a lecturer in the Department of Chemical Engineering, and we had the privilege to meet in a awards ceremony hosted by Golden Key International Honor Society. So Golden Key International Honor Society, it recognizes the top 15% students per university, and it is the largest collegiate institution or organization which recognizes academic excellence across the world with over 10 million members. Yeah, so that's how we met. She was an honorary member, and from there our relationship grew. We started collaborating on various projects, based in the University of Johannesburg. I can go on and on about her.
Yeah.
She's a multi-award winning woman, and I can't even count how many awards she has. So I look up into her, and shout out to her.
No, I hear you. And I think this is a question that I'm asking personally. Do you think your relationship with her has shaped your perspective in business management or other facets of your life?
Yes, definitely. More importantly, leadership, because she is multi-talented and not just an academic. She's the founder of various institutions. She is a researcher, so I would always reach out to her, whenever I need assistance, be it on academic advice, be it on community projects and leadership, so yes, to answer you, she definitely had a great impact.
No, I hear you. For someone young who's looking into becoming the next Xolani, what are some of the challenges they need to prepare themselves for in future?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. Number one is that you need to understand that the current problem or challenges you are facing are not the worst problems ever in your life. You need to always understand that what you are going through right now, it's just a phase. The worst is coming, or you need to prepare for the worst. You need to also understand that for you to be where you are today, you had to go through a series of hardship, a series of events that would break you, but survived. You understand? So the fact that you have survived, that should motivate you to say, you know what, I will make it. I'll make it through this current situation, and the worst is coming. So if I have made it, fine, I will definitely make it through the current situation. And one other thing that I can say is that in life, man, you learn from your mistake. Experience is the best teacher of all time. Sometimes one can give you an advice on how to do something or what not to do. However, experience, you have to earn your stripes, and earning your stripes comes with you having to face the challenges by yourself. And and when you're going through that process, sometimes it can feel like an endless dark tunnel that you'd never get out of. And I normally say, and this is based on my experience, that the harder it becomes, the closer you are towards accomplishing whatever you want. So you just need to have a thick skin, keep going, keep doing it even if you don't want to or feel like doing it. But the best advice is prepare for the worst. You cannot want success without understanding that the number of problems you have is equals to the number of it's equals to the number of opportunities that you have. You know, what do I mean by that? If you have 10 problems right now and you feel like your life is miserable, guess what? You have 10 opportunities as well. You know, your ability to solve those 10 problems, what will present 10 opportunities and text success victory events in your life. So yeah, I think that answers it for me.
Yeah, that's very interesting, very interesting perspective that you have there. So listening to you speak to me and just breaking that down to me led me to this next question. Would you attribute your current successes to the struggle and being raised from Ekasi, K1, Kahlehong?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I mean, as we are speaking right now, I'm in the USA. Currently furthering my studies in masters in public policy and administration, and this is because of the hardships that I grew up around, and my experiences back home. They've always inspired me to say, you know what, I want to dream big. I wanna achieve things that my parents never got to achieve, or my family never got to achieve. I wanna open the doors that were never open for my family, and most definitely for my community as well. So we are product as human. We are product of our environment and our circle. Understand? So those are two things that always have an impact to us, and it is wise for one to understand that the environment.
Welcome back to Backroom Convos. I'm your host, Lesego M. As explained before, that our guest is Xolani Mzileni, who is a part of the top 100 students that we have in South Africa, an expert in business management, social services, and leadership, rather. And I just want to apologize that we had to be cut there, because I think the ad was supposed to be running and I was supposed to end it, so I do apologize for that. So Xolani was still breaking down to us the role, if you would attribute your current success in life to the struggle and being raised from K1, which is the hood, and you're still answering that.
Yes, definitely, yeah. And as I was still saying, if there are two things that we need to understand, is that the people that surround us, as well as the environment that we are in, will always have an impact in our lives. And these two factors, they do not require our permission to have an impact on us, but it's wise to understand that. And sometimes the environment, which consists of the people that surround you, can be good and it can be negative. So the least that we can do is always be positive. You understand? If you are in an environment that there is less motivating factors, you are in an environment where there is very few people that you can look up to. You need to think outside of the box. But I like saying, before you think outside of the box, you need to be able to think inside of the box. Because the box is a limited space. The box can be ikas lakho, understand, and outside is amanye amakasi ngaphandle outside of ikas lakho, you understand. So that's dealing with what you have, which is what's inside of the box, which is ikas lakho, and then be open-minded to learn from other people, from other places, other environments. I know for a fact that we especially in South Africa, traveling is not a thing. Again, you need to travel, you need to go out there. No, it's not that easy. we need money to do that and all that. But learn from Amakasi when allow Allah it is gonna say Kaslak, understand? And I dare you to dream. I dare you to like yourself to go out there as much as you can.
Yeah, so in your opinion, I just want to find out from you, in your opinion, what are some of the key qualities that make a great leader in today's fast-paced world?
Number one, a good leader must be a visionary, You need to have a vision, and a good leader needs to be able to network with other people, and care about other people, most definitely. You cannot lead because when you want to achieve your objectives. A leader must have a shared common goal with the people that look up to them. And I normally say, if you find yourself in leadership spaces, you need to understand that you are also human. Leaders are human. Leaders fail, and their failures are actually normally harder than what people think. And it's the ability of a leader to stand up after they fall. It's the ability of the leader to be authentic, understand, and don't try to be a people's pleaser. Try to paint this image, say, be it on the socials and what's not. Be you, and lead from behind. Yeah. So teamwork, collaboration, network. Those are some of the skills that a leader needs to have. And leaders are not born. Leaders are made. And that comes from the environments that we were exposed to.
Yeah, true. So this next question again, it's from what the answer you just gave. Do you think the cause, like the reason the government created so much dependency on it, that like the young people in our country are unable to think outside the box? You spoke about thinking in the box and thinking outside the box. So I'm trying to find out from you to say, like, I know our government created in the way it created a level, and everybody's just dependent on the grants and everything, and you get to look at the space of entrepreneurs, the space of lawyers, the space of chartered accountant, whereas people can come and collaborate, as you said, to say, like, listen, you are good at this, you are good at this, but those people can't come together because they are not leaders. Do you think some of these things need to be uprooted from a grassroots level, from school, to say, like, this is how you groom a leader to become something else, something bigger tomorrow? Do you think it's necessary for us to have that?
What I can touch base on with regards to the government is that, okay, like I mentioned, I'm currently doing my master's in public administration and policy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm specializing on economic development and social entrepreneurship. So
yes,
when was it? Yesterday, in class, we were looking at some of the solutions towards alleviating or combating poverty, and the concept of free money is what we were talking about. And South Africa, it became one of the examples that was used in class amongst other countries that issue out free money. So free money is just money that you get for nothing. From the government. And we watched this talk. I forgot the name of the presenter, but it was a TEDx event, and they presented the idea or the notion that free money can be what elevates poverty. And after the video, I commented, this is my experience. I think that's not working. Based on my experience, it's not working, because what's happening? Youth is using the money for what? Buying booze, using money to go out, using money to use substances. You understand? Not everyone, of course, but I haven't met any person or most people saying that I use this money to do 1, 2, 3, or young people saying, oh, we're gonna come together and we're gonna save the money for the next 6 months, and then we're gonna start up something. Understand? Those are the solutions that we need, and that's what the government should be encouraging. They say rather teach your child how to fish than to feed them fish. Understand? Because what happens if the government is not issuing? What would happen if the government say, okay, as in now vala matter 50 our told? They understand it's a problem, and that's where people will only realize, damn, I could have saved this money for these years, and this is what I could have done, so and so and so and so. So I feel like the government is spoiling us too much. We do need the money. I used to get my 350. So understand? I'm not gonna act. Yes, and then it did help there and there. But for a government that wants the best for its people, for a government like South Africa, where about 60% of young people are unemployed, we don't need free money. However, we need initiatives and programs that will ensure that we will be able to provide ourselves without depending on the government. Understand? So that is why the notion and the idea of social entrepreneurship. So this is the difference between NGOs and social enterprises. I have a social enterprise. A social enterprise, an organization that instead of when we get funds from sponsors or stakeholders, we don't just give it to the people. Rather, use that money to have initiatives or programs or businesses that will help the community be employed, and they provide for themselves. Understand? And we want help to depend on the sponsors keep on coming and give us money. No. So with that being said, social enterprises are the way to go for me. Unlike the current idea or approach of NGOs where we get money, we go donate it, that's it. Understand? We don't need that. We need to spread social entrepreneurship education and develop social entrepreneurs in our communities, of which are people who will take care of themselves, their families, and overall, the country and Africa at large.
Yeah, so I hear you talking about all these things. So do you have maybe ideas as to what are some of the possible solutions to the problems that we face as a youth of South Africa?
Yeah, definitely I do. As I mentioned, I am currently the founder and the director of an organization called South African Renewals of Hope, SARA, Social Enterprise. Right. So what we are currently doing, or our focus, is education and inclusive involvement in economic development opportunities. But the first and foremost priority is education. I know that back home there's a lot of graduates that are sitting back, and then they'll be like, come on man, you're not studying a scale, I understand. But I'm in a different world right now, and I get to look at what governments are doing and where they're investing most of their money. And in the USA, the government here invests about close to 50 to 60% of their funds in education. And then the rest goes to all these other different sectors and fields, right? So that tells you the importance of education. That tells you that this country is so developed because they keep on improving the quality of education. Yes. So we do have education system back home, but we are not investing enough in it. Our government is not investing enough in it, and there's a lot of opportunities that can be taken off. So my goal, or what we are trying to achieve now as SAR, is to get more young people in zasekhaya. Umuntu nje ongakazi what playing in anything, study abroad. That is my mission now, which ngithole abantu ababhaya from ekhaya to study and implant this idea which there's more that the world can offer, and you don't need to have money to access that. All you need is good. Yeah, all you need is good grades. All you need is be dedicated into your studies. And I'm partnering with various organizations such as Education USA, just to sum it up, government programs that are focusing on education. So we are currently on the pipeline of having our first launch on things to help young South Africans to come and study in the USA, particularly because that's where I am. That's where I have the experience, connection, and networks. So
yeah. So I appreciate you talking about a whole lot of these things. Do you think maybe if people were equipped with skills such as entrepreneurship on grassroots levels, that would have increased our chances as far as the unemployment rate? People have degrees, as you mentioned. It's like they do have degrees and all these things, they are qualified, but yet they are still seated at home. So do you think introducing some of these entrepreneurial skills into our curriculum, integrating those into our curriculum, could improve the state of unemployment in our country?
Yes, most definitely. There's one philosophy that I wish to spread because it works me, right? Social entrepreneurship is actually something that should start from home. What made it hustler from understand. Then with the ufundisa idea, we would say, okay, Japan, with the ufundisa we would say, this is how you manage money. This is how you approach people. This is how you negotiate. Actually, that starts from home before even it goes to school. But then, for it to become a reality from home, the parents themselves need to know that they need to understand their role into that. So it would take probably the next generation to become parents who will pass this knowledge from their kids, and then hopefully to school. You understand? Because school, I won't lie, the information that we are given is like the cream of the top. So, there's a lot that is not being heard, and I believe that, for example, if entrepreneurship was involved in our curriculum, imagine that we started learning about a business management from grade 1, where we are now, you understand? And I believe that our education system right now is undermining young people, undermining the youth. For example, I don't see a reason why one after eskolweni I look at one and then I fundisa ukuthi this person ukhuluma I'm often in that. You understand? Replace curriculum and study program. Introduce, challenging things. Introduce technology from grade 1. These kids are very talented. These kids are very smart. In the education system, and entrepreneurship but it must. And I think that having so many graduates back home who are I qualified, sitting and not doing anything, So and this is the idea. This is my advice, current graduates. If you're currently studying right now, there are 3 ways. I think 3 or 4 ways that you should leave the university. Number 1 is that you get to qualification and hopefully you get a job. But I cannot say actually that's not the first option. Number 1, the first option is while you are currently in the process of getting your education, connect with people and then start a company, man. start a company, whatever it is, just start it, because your customers are people who know you. And guess what? Universities present us with that opportunity. You're thousands of the students, right? So you know that, okay, when you get your qualification, you will hopefully, push your business after that. And then the second option is, I would say, job, right? After you qualify, if you want to go to the industry, let's hope you get the job. But we know the reality is it's hard to get a job back home, especially if you're highly qualified. It's very hard, And then the third option is, if you're not doing entrepreneurship, and if you're not getting any job, stay within the system, keep studying, apply for something, apply for something else. I'm sorry to say this, but at least you will get bursaries, you will get money to take care of yourself, you will get some money to take care of your family as well, and then more importantly, you'll be investing in yourself, gaining new skills in that process. And the last unfortunate part is, you'll be kicked out of school not have funding. So that's the worst scenario that can happen. But if you have these three options in mind while you start your first year, trust me, you will never go wrong. Whatever that happens, you know that you will have a backup. Whatever that happens, just you have a backup, and how to put yourself up.
Yeah. So for people who just joined us on the line, we have Xolani Mzileni. He's header for the past 30 minutes now, and we've been asking him questions regarding things that he does. So when we come back after the break, we'll be asking him more questions. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Backroomconvos. I'm your host, Lesego M, Daddy Waddy Pod, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. If you are a fan of pod, stay tuned because you might like what we're cooking. Guys, let us know what you think of the episode and if we should invite Xolani back to the show. Have a great one and let us meet again on the next beautiful episode with another amazing guest. Cheers.